In the last episode, I drove to Florida, had some incredible flights, and got to hang out with some great paramotor people. Thought my trip to Florida couldn't get any better. And then this happened. I had an impromptu visit with some really knowledgeable guys. I learned a ton about dialing in your motor. Have a great time hanging out with the guys at Happy Thoughts and PAP.
Nothing can break if there's nothing spinning. That's smart.
And I got my first flight on my new paramotor. Hey everyone, it's Ben here. You know, if you've been following this channel, I've been flying this machine. It's the Atom 80 and it's on a Fresh Breeze frame. It's been awesome for me. I've learned how to fly. I've had the opportunity to travel. I love the fact that this thing breaks down real small, can get into my car. The motor has been fantastic. All it does is start up and run like a top. So been super happy about that. And at the same time, I've always wondered from the beginning what it would be like to fly with a little bit more power than the Atom 80. I decided to finally pull the trigger and go ahead and buy a unit, and I had to think about what type of frame I wanted. I finally decided. I bought a new frame. I'm going to show it to you guys and tell you a little bit about my decision. This is the new motor I decided on. I went with the Vittorazzi Moster 185. This is a dual start and it has a 2.87 gear reduction, which is going to allow me to spin a larger prop. So I went with the 140 centimeter 3-blade E-prop. And so the frame that I chose in this cage is the 1500 millimeter PAP Tinox, which allows for that clearance. At the moment, propeller is not attached, it's just resting here. I need to go out and get the factory prop bolts. Certainly is going to have more thrust than my last unit. Definitely a lot more horsepower coming out of this motor. And there's some learning that's going to go along with that. A lot of great things about this unit. A lot of reasons why I decided to go with this one amongst all the different competitors that are out there. Really excited to put some hours on this and start to get back to you guys with some of my observations. Stick with me for the next couple episodes while I put some hours on this and share with you what I find. I want to show you guys some footage of the day that I picked this motor up down in Florida, put it together, actually began the break-in process. I ordered my new motor a few weeks ago, so I was actually surprised when I heard that while I was in Florida, the motor arrived in the US, and Bobby, who is the East Coast importer for PAP Paramotors, had my motor. Because I was traveling with Donald, the owner and lead instructor at Mojo's, Bobby was willing to go through the entire motor, show me how to put everything together, build it out, and even break it in. The guy is a wealth of knowledge, and it was awesome just spending some time with him, getting a million little tips.
She doesn't like me. You got this stuff. Bam! If you would grab that, please, that's kind of heavy. Okay. Normally, right about now, here is a propeller.
Yeah.
Yours is missing. It's lightweight, revs up quick, but if it does hit something, they do explode. Everything around. Okay. You can pull that box. Bam! We're good. Here, try not to cut the hoses in line. So this is large. Okay. And you're 6 foot tall, right?
6 foot.
Okay. You're large. Yeah. You look like 5'6", but I wasn't sure. He's not getting a trike, but he's getting trike trained.
Oh yeah.
2 for 1 deal.
We got an issue. We got no exhaust. See this? Best tool ever made. Oh, lefty loosey. Isn't that nice? Now, if you were a mind reader, you've already read the mind, you'd pick up the exhaust, take all that crap off it. Thank you so much.
We got like 8 plugs in one thing.
And see, this goes over top of this whole thing.
Yeah.
Now, at 50 hours, or slightly less, you're supposed to get this thing off and put a new one on. Between 40 and 50, somewhere to start getting ready to get it off.
Grab that bushing.
This can go like so, can go like so, we'll rub everything in here. Now, if you can kind of hold against it, or it doesn't fall down on the ground, I'm going to put one of these nuts on that here. The first 10 flights, prior to flying, take a 1/4 inch, a 10mm socket, and make sure this is tightened down, make sure this is tightened down. And you'll see the first couple times you do it, it's going to turn a 1/4 turn. Okay.
Go until it snugs.
Okay, make it snug, make it snug. I'm going to push on it. I got it to barely move. Okay? I use the dent method. I try to create the same dents. Okay?
Smart.
I'm pretty damn smart. Now that will move this a little bit more. Okay? Now we know these are tight, cold. The metal is going to expand, but this gasket is not going to keep up its expansion and contraction. And if I don't tighten it down for the first few times while it's cold, eventually the gasket's going to blow some hot air through it and damage the gasket, and then even tightening it, it will not stop the leak. But you do it about the first 10 times. Okay. So this was run one time before we got it.
Okay.
So this has been run already.
Viderazi or
Viderazi
PAP?
and PAP, both.
Okay, they both ran it.
So I knew that these 10mm nuts were going to turn a little bit. Cross again. Now there is an actual torque setting you guys should use. I don't know what it is.
You already know what
I don't know what it is. Carson will be able to tell you. Okay. This one didn't move. That's pretty good, isn't it? Oh, yeah. Ow!
I figure my middle finger at the very end, when it doesn't go anymore, that's 160 inch-pounds.
Yes! And if it does get loose and you get a air intake on this gasket, that's going to cause problems to the motor itself. Okay, get the proper torque setting is the best way to do it. Okay, crisscross, you're done. This goes on here. And the letter's going to tell you how much weight to put on here to tighten it. There's a Allen head right here that loosens this up. There's a bolt on the other end of this. You can see through over here. Looks right over here. See a bolt over here?
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to loosen that up. You're going to loosen that up. And that's going to let this thing go up and down on a concentric cam, right?
Yeah.
And that's going to tighten this thing up or loosen it up.
You hang a certain amount of weight off of this
Yeah,
end, whatever it tells you.
Whatever it tells you. What does it say here?
4.5K.
That's how much weight goes on
10
it.
pounds.
And once it's loosened up just enough where you can easily move it, you put the weight on it.
Yeah.
Once it's tight to that weight, tighten the stuff down, we're done. Slide it out. That's the proper belt tension.
Okay.
And you can kind of feel what it is right there, right now. Now, I'm not going to do this because I'm not strong enough. Okay? The reason I got you guys here is because you guys are strong. My job is to show you things that you don't know, which is basically a lot. Okay?
Right.
You see this here?
Yeah.
If you put this on and you pull, and you see the little hole?
Yeah.
And you put it in there, that would be nice.
All right. By the way, you snugged all those guys already?
Not yet.
Okay.
I like this on first. Okay. Hey Carson, he's making it look easy.
Yeah, dude, that's the problem. None of us are strong like at all.
Hey. Okay, there you go. Do it 2 more times. Main thing is you're having fun. Were you taught to do emergency landings?
That I know how to do, yeah.
It doesn't matter. Service don't matter now. Now, look at these things right here. Do you see the lines that are going across the rubber?
Yeah.
I don't want that line to be all twisted up. Okay. A little bit of grip on it. And it doesn't take a whole lot to get it to stay. Come around the other side. From here. So, there's a whole lot of little things that offset the torque.
Yeah, I see how the wing is set here and the weight of the pilot is in.
Yeah. They added this to stiffen this up to get rid of this twist.
Yeah.
That extra play. So now this here is the end result for the adjustment.
And how much do you like to lean back? Is it 10%?
15.
15, okay.
15 degrees. You know, it has to do with your height. You have a thrust line coming through right about here.
Yeah.
And let's say that this is just totally plumb up and down. Here's your thrust line. You hit full throttle. It's going to push you down first. And then your wing speed is going to create lift. That's going to take a second or two to build up speed. We don't want that. We want the thrust line to be here, so when you end up going to throttle, it doesn't rotate you and change thrust line downward, that it just pushes you or pushes you. I can get you close on a hang test, but the air flight is actually the final adjustment.
Funny thing is, I shouldn't really be going full throttle on my first.
Oh, you can.
Oh yeah.
But you only got to do it for a few seconds. It only takes a couple seconds. You go, even for the break-in, we're going to go, let's say 3 to 5 seconds.
Yeah, and it's not. It's bit on it for a quick in. It's not like that.
This is the magical pocket.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ready?
Okay.
Don't forget to push the button in.
Mostly built
Because you can put it together without that. I like to squeeze them together a little bit.
Yeah.
Just one would probably land in.
Here, pop this button in.
Right.
I'm going to leave this alone. Pop it in. Push the button out. I'm going to bring it up here like so. Get it close. Same thing. Pop it together.
Yeah.
Here, I've got the last one right here. I'm going to go like so. Bring it around. Okay. Outside. Here, I've got the button here.
Yeah.
Come over here. Okay. Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
And I'm just going to tighten it up. Tap on a little bit. Now, this is the last thing that you do. In order to take it off, this is the first thing that you do. Because this is what pulls it all together. There you go. So feel them both. This thing is not coming off now. You know, 1 minute, the cage on, cage off. Okay. Look at that.
Yeah.
1,500 with no problem. He ordered with no
I
problem.
thought it looked big.
Well, he thought it'd be safer.
Yeah. Nothing can break if there's nothing spinning. That's smart.
Well, I'm going to show him. Put your finger in here, right here, right there. Very important. You should match the numbers up where they match. Go like this. You can put it together like this,
Right. Yeah.
and it doesn't work as well.
Spin circles.
I put the stickers on here, so you know match the stickers.
Yeah.
Okay. I understand the paramotor world, and it's got siding. You can just fly today, ain't you?
Wouldn't dies down.
It will. Have it all set up at 4:30. You will be in the air. See this here? Gonna go like so. I like all of these by hand to start with.
Yeah.
People like to get drills out and all kinds of wonderful things. If you get them in where they're at least in there a ways, where the threads are clear, it's not a big deal. But if you just start wrenching things in there before the threads are in there, you can cross thread them. Everything goes pretty bad with that. Keep on crisscrossing around. You can see this is not that much slower than a quick release. That's a very accurate setting on how to get them all equally tight. Now, there's many methods of doing this. You can get a torque wrench out here.
I'll probably get a torque wrench. I don't have one yet, but I might as well.
Don't try to take this off when it's hot. It's actually, you got more potential of stripping this out because it is tight. Okay. So, there you go.
Sharp looking machine right there.
Yeah. Well, let's do a hang test, I think, but hang test time. Okay, your height, this thrust line should be right on. Okay, if you were my height, I can't fly this foot launch because the thrust line is going to be up here. It's going to be very awkward. Yeah. I'd have to put in a 3-inch booster seat for me to fly this for real. Well, I want hang test with the trike to start with. See, if the cable breaks, it lands on the wheels. The trike, I'd have to worry about here. Okay. Now, this is the point for foot launch that we're really after. Because you're sitting in it comfortably, it could be a bit back. Carson, on the weight shift world here.
Yeah, I would maybe go for like that way with gas right there, and then under power right there.
So we're going to make a change on this. I can loosen more.
That feels pretty good.
Okay, because you got to get it to where we're in the right spot. Okay. From here, we want full hand under here.
How cool is this? Eric DeFord walked in the door to say hello to Carson. Pretty awesome.
The manual was 4 minutes, 4,000. They call for 30 seconds in between. We're going to go for about 5 seconds in between, 5 or 10. Then we're going to go 5,000, 3 minutes, okay? Then you're going to go for about 5 or 10 seconds in between. Okay, then you're going to go to the 6,000 for 2 minutes with about 5 seconds, 10 seconds in between.
Hey, what's up, man?
Okay, then you're going to go to the 7,000, which is going to be ramp, ramp. Okay, then you're going to give about 5 or 10 seconds in between, about 5 seconds in between. Then you're going to go to 8,000, ramp, ramp. Another 5 seconds, kill it. That's going to be the whole break-in cycle.
Okay.
We're not going to risk overheating 7,000 and 8,000. We're not going to do the long idling between them. There's no air moving through it. So I'm going to put my finger on the button.
Yeah.
We're holding it in. I'm going to watch the fuel come up the fuel line.
Yeah.
Once it comes up the fuel line, it's pretty solid, right? I can feel it kind of building. I got a couple squirts inside. Maybe too much, may not be enough. But the carburetor's got some fuel in it. From here, after about 4 or 5 times of this, now I'm going to tell you what happened.
Yeah, it feels like a bit of a milestone, guys. I've been on that Atom 80 for approaching 2 years now. And so it feels quite different to have this much power under the Moster. I can feel that torque for the first time, you know. I'm not used to feeling it. On the Atom 80, if it does torque, it would be to the left. On the Moster, it's going to torque to the right. The last time I was here in Live Oak at Sewanee Airport was at the Parafest. And I think that was last spring I got to come here and fly. And of course it was hosted by Carson and crew at Happy Thoughts. And it's cool to see those guys today. They got a great operation going on. Yeah, I'll tell you one thing that's a little bit different. I can actually feel the heat coming off of the head of this motor. Just from my the back of my arm right there. The throttle also feels quite different in my hand. I think my previous throttle felt a little bit shorter. So I really did not believe my day was going to go down like this. I thought I'd be flying my Atom 80 today, but Bobby was willing to spend a lot of time with me today. I mean, typically, you know, he works directly with dealers. And since he's going to be spending more time with Donald over at Mojo's Flight School in North Carolina, and I bought this motor through Donald, he took the time to kind of walk Donald and I through the entire process, which you might think is relatively simple, but Bobby really has about 1 million little tips and tricks just to make sure everything is running perfectly and you can avoid some of the mistakes that people have made in the past. So to me, it's invaluable. Yeah, drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Ooh, there's a helicopter.
How'd you do?
Good.
Yeah, what'd you think?
I like this motor.
Good. Glad to hear it. Hurry up, on again. You had enough power, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
I was still trying to go a little bit easy on it, but
Well, for the full throttle, go there,
yeah,
but just come out of it.
yeah.
That's all. You know, once we get it broke in a bit more, we can fine tune the carburetor and just dial that little bit in. You know, but I loved your takeoff. You pulled the wing up nicely, added power softly. You only used half power for the takeoff, so there was no big jerky. You didn't do any of that stuff.
Yeah.
So that was nice. I don't know if your motor was out for landing or not. I'm just going to assume it wasn't.
If it was off, no, it wasn't. So I'm going to leave you with some images of Bobby and then Carson flying trikes here in Live Oak. Had a great time down here with these guys at Happy Thoughts. They run a first-class operation. I have to say that Bobby will bust your chops relentlessly, but at the end of the day, you can see that he genuinely is looking out for my best interest, trying to make sure that I have a great experience on his motor, and I can't thank him enough. I also have a ton of other footage. If you guys like this, come back for the next episode. I have some more tips and tricks on another flight that I want to share in a separate episode. I've kept you here long enough. Guys, please enjoy, drop me a like, and we'll see you in the next video.